I am back. We about to get on some Point du Hoc. I'm using that Volkswagen gun, the Volk, whatever it's called. But I want to talk about something today. I'm going to piggyback a little bit off Jimmy Dean's last video. In Jimmy Dean's last video, he basically goes in and talks about how camping is effective. Talk about the haters that tell you got to play a certain way. And he shows how his camp is helping the game. In Gridiron, what he's doing to control the map, what he's doing to be a team player, although he's not running the ball, how to play the objective without directly playing the objective. And I've went over this before too. I used to go into like domination gameplays and show you how dropping score streaks can change the momentum. You can push your team back. But that's not what I'm going to talk about in this video. If you want to check out Jimmy's video, you can get that perspective. But this all stemmed from us playing. So it's me, Jimmy Dean, and Earl. Earl from XO Boomin'. Now shout out to XO Boomin'. Now if you don't know about them, I really like what those guys are doing. It's a community and they're streamers and there's several of them. But what I like about it is they're bringing positivity back to the streaming and back to the YouTube game. And that's what they're all about. None of the guys are super big yet. I hope they all grow, but I enjoy watching them. And there's several of them. And I can't name them all. The Kingish, the real Kingish, Earl. I mean, there's different people, King of Cali. And I like watching these guys streams. They're pretty good players. And I just like the fact that they're on that positive tip. We need more of that in the Call of Duty. We need less toxic turds and more people just being on that positive tip. Like I said in a tweet the other day, I'm on my kumbaya. Man, I'm not trying to hate on nobody. I want everybody to make it. And that's just how I am. I've never been one of these YouTubers that's competitive with other YouTubers. I know my lane. I stay in my lane. I've always been in my lane. And I'm okay with that. And so, you know, let the hate. Let the people that support you and go with it, man. Don't focus on the haters. But anyway, so we're playing together. And we happen to get into a lobby and we notice it's another YouTuber. And he's with like several people, possibly a full party. It's at least 4 of them. And so we're playing. I was like, okay, we're always up for the challenge. It's no problem. And so I started off great. But then I started getting wrecked. But then I looked at the screen. I'm 1 bar and 2 bar. And I'm like, okay, it's going to be one of those games. So I'm not worried. I didn't want to quit out the game on the fellas because I normally would when I get a 1 bar because it's not typical. I got 1,000 gigabyte internet service. So when I start 1 bar, there's usually something wrong with the host. It's never me. At least I can blame them. So anyway, so I go into the guy's stream. Right, so I go to the back of the map and I just put my character somewhere in the back. I'm like, okay, I want to check out a stream because I never heard of the guy. So I go to his stream and this guy is the words that are coming out of his mouth. Like he sat there and he's like, okay, people in the chat are like, hey, that's Sakin, that's Jimmy Dean. Like the people know who we are and it's people, you know, sticking up for us because the guy is just going off. He's like, why would you have camping your clan tag? And I thought this was hilarious. He said, even if you were a camper, he said, who's proud of that? Like, I would expect you to, like, even if you camp, to never admit it. Like he was going off about the camp. And so I kind of left a comment. I'm like, look, dude, we're not sitting in corners. I've never been a corner camper. Like, look what I'm doing this map. I'm controlling the lane. I'm being very, very defensive. And I'm like, look, when you camp, you can lock down lanes, which we're doing. You can have a rusher push up. I mean, it's the same way MLG players play. A lot of these turds, I don't think they realize that or recognize that. But the guy is just going off. And I started thinking this guy is very arrogant. That's the only thing I can get. This guy was arrogant. And he was just going off about, you know, like the play style and how you're supposed to play. And basically saying everything that I'm saying is crap. And I'm like, wow. So I'm just watching the stream. And I'm gonna admit, the kid is good. I watched him play. The kid is good. No doubt he's a good player. But this is why I think he's arrogant. And I think people with this attitude is arrogant. Everybody cannot play like that. I don't care what you tell me. It's a certain talent that you have to play this game a certain way. And it's kind of like, for example, like a basketball player. Like you get a kid that can shoot threes nonstop. You get a Steph Curry. But what happens when you got some 6'10" kid that's slow, doesn't move like Steph Curry? He's not going to be the guy pumping up a million threes. And that's what I find about these kids. They're so arrogant. I'm watching the kid play. And I can't do what he does. I'm not going to even lie. He ran up into the spawn, and when he was shooting people, I couldn't even see the people. Now, here's the thing. You guys have been following me for a long time. You know, I'm colorblind. I'm 40-something years old. You got to realize at our age, the reflexes aren't the same. And for me, being colorblind, that's a huge disadvantage. I had a guy the other day. I ran right by him. He was standing by a poster on London Docks, and I thought he was the poster until he shot me. You know, that's what happens. But I'm watching this kid, and to me, the only thing that came to mind is you're very arrogant. You're arrogant because you talk about the way people should play. Oh, they should play this way. Get some skills. You're no good. And I'm thinking, look, you got great twitch reflexes. You're probably one of these people that can put it to the max sensitivity and play. Well, guess what? Everyone can't play that way. And this is why I think you rushers, anyone watching this, you guys are arrogant with your comments. Everybody's not created equal. Everybody can't run around. Here's an example. You think you're so good, go ahead and put the Market J class setup on and see how well you do. That's the one thing. You get players like Market J, and I respect Market J, and I love these guys, watching these guys. I love their reflexes. I love how they get all these headshots. I love the way they play, but at the same time, everybody can't play that way. I guarantee you 99% of the people that put a Market J class setup on, they're not going to get nowhere near the results because you're not him. You're not going to be able to control the recoil. Your aim's not going to be as good as his. But I guarantee you a lot more people can follow my tips and tricks and be successful in the game and maybe get better and maybe they can venture out. But at the same time, if you don't have those reflexes, you're probably never going to have those reflexes. And it's just the way it is. I accept that. I know my limitations in the game, and everyone should know their limitations because at the end of the day, we can't all be those players. I mean, I'm sorry, it's just we're not all created on an equal level. But you know what? You can learn how to play the game smart. You can learn the spawns, and you can play the game in a manner in which you can enjoy it. You know, you get these turds out there, and they fail to realize this. They fail to realize, like, if everybody played like them, nobody would be good. If everybody played like them, nobody would be good. Let me explain. It's the same concept. If everybody was rich in this world, guess what? Nobody would be rich. Look, almost slipped on my pimp and I didn't see him at first. If everybody had money, then nobody would be rich. You need poor people in order to have rich people. You need bad players in order to have good players. A good example of that is MLG Play. When you watch Optic, Scumpy, and all these guys all only have like a 1 KD when it comes to professional play. Now, don't get me wrong. They get in pub lobbies and rock 3 to 5s because guess what? They're not playing with the elite of the elite players. And that's what happens. If everybody was good, these guys would be complaining. Even these guys, the arrogant guys, they want easy lobbies. They don't want challenging lobbies. They don't want to get into lobbies and play people with reflexes as good as them. Yet they'll complain the whole time. Get good, son. Look at you sitting in that corner, son. Well, guess what? You're an arrogant piece of work. And that's what happens with this. Everybody can't play like you. Everybody cannot be you. Everybody cannot move like you. And if they did, I guarantee you would enjoy this game. Imagine this Sweats Fest. At the end of the day, we need noobs. At the end of the day, you need people with slower reflexes. And you know what? If somebody with slower reflexes had to hold a corner down, so be it. Let them. Avoid the corner. Go flush them out. And that's what happens. I've never seen someone sit in a corner and be a master corner capper. I mean, a lot of people that sit in corners, they may get some kills, but at the end of the day, they're not dropping 50 bombs like we do. They're not having flawless gameplays. And if they do get one, it's on occasion while we're doing it on the regular. Now look at this gameplay. If you guys notice what I did, the first half I locked that lane down because I know the way the map played. It's easier to score in the direction they're going now, and that's why they're starting to catch up with us than the other way, because it's so much easier to protect the house and it's so much easier to get into that scoring on this side. That's just the way the maps develop. So what I was doing in this, I was playing smart, but now I got to change my strategy because they're scoring too much. See, they tied the game up. So what I did is I got over into their lane. You know, so I threw a care package in their spawn. Who does that? Because I know what happens is when I'm sitting there, it pushes the spawn out to the barnyard. So I wasn't even worried. So what I got to do now is I got to come be more defensive. See, they're coming this way because when I was there, it pushed the spawn over here and they run this route. And guess what? They were able to score a little easier, but I was seeing how aggressive my team was. If my team would have been aggressive, what I would have did in that area when my team ran out with the ball, I would have been able to shoot the people chasing after them and they would have been able to score. It wasn't working, so now I'm flipping it. Now I'm controlling the spawn. And look, we just scored. This simple technique. Now, people may say, ooh, what are you doing to help the game? Guess what? I understand spawn awareness. I understood the way I can push these players and how I can change the momentum of the game by changing my position. And look, that's all I'm doing. Right? Oh, he's trying to burn me. Where's this guy at? You're not going to burn me, son. Next time, pay attention. Look, he was a little laggy. And that's all I'm doing is I'm playing the game according to what the game is giving me. Now, back to these guys. If you watch this, you guys stop being so arrogant. Look, understand everybody cannot play like you. And allow people to play the game the way they enjoy playing the game. I'm sorry everybody can't be on your skill level with gun skill. Congratulations, but at the end of the day, everybody can play this game in a manner to which they enjoy it. If you go positive and you never go positive and that's something you get out of my videos, guess what? I'm proud of that. I'm happy for you. I've gotten so many tweets and messages over the years how people have improved their game, their KD. And then, a lot of people talk about, hey, gang, you're just playing for KD. Well, KD is a measurement of improvement in a lot of ways. Look at this guy get laid down and like that. Ooh, I dropped the rocket. Look at this, the no skill 40-year-old guy camping it out, taking his time, picking them off. And guess what? I'm dropping a rocket. I'm coming behind my teammate. Look, I'm going to put this here because now I'm in their spawn. And they will spawn on you in Gridiron. I've learned that the hard way. Look, I'm going to come in this building because they spawn either to the left of the building or they spawn inside the building, right here to the right. And they run out. I know what they're going to do. Now, look, I don't know if I'm going to push the spawn over, but look, see how my teammates are there? So it's going to keep the spawn over here. And guess how I know that? Because I'm smart. And I play smart. Look, I laid that guy down. Look, there's another guy. I can hear him. He's over here. See, look, he spawned right there. That's the point I'm making. All right, you guys, this is Sakin. Drop an opinion on what I said. I went 32-0 and flawless with a V2 rocket, being an old handicapped scrub camper. All right, y'all, let's go. I'm out.